Run trail cameras, they say. Be fun, they say. Yeah. $71 worth of batteries later. God almighty. It is November 15th. This is the same Sunday last year that I started running cameras in this particular spot, or this place. I was in here archery hunting, and I completely screwed it up. Look at this, already hitting scrapes. That's not fresh. Stuff has been walking through it, but that's more than it was a couple weeks ago. I was in this same spot right here. It's as close to the bed. The bed is I put the cell camera in is over there. It's not 100 yards. I was in this tree right here. And you want to talk about, people, wait, I'm sorry, I was in this tree. Look up. People talking about getting low. My platform was right here, about 4.5 feet high on my saddle. And I was tethered up there. That scrape is through a bunch of trees right there. I can't shoot the scrape. I could shoot this trail out here in front. And that's what I was hunting. And some stuff over here. And I could shoot some back here. These trees were kind of in the way. But I'm facing this way in the saddle. And I got just pockets to shoot through. Directly behind me, the little tall six come through the palmettos right there behind me. And went right through here. And I drew when he went behind this clump of trees, and he was either taking the trail or he was coming to the scrape. If he come to the scrape, he would have smelled my entrance trail. And I stopped him in that little pocket right there. Right there. And I know I shot high, but you see all this crap right here? No, it was up here, and I cleaned a bunch of that up after the shot. I didn't know I was going to have to shoot that way. But I hit some moss on that branch right there. And it took my arrow, shot it up, and it landed in the palmettos way back there where I can't even shoot to because of that branch. Oh, I messed that one up. That's bow hunting. I know I got a little nervous, but it is what it is. Complete miss, clean arrow. The arrow was so far behind him in the dirt. Even at that slight downward angle, it should have stuck in the dirt. I had to have hit this moss right here. And he was standing right behind that palmetto patch. I hit this, and it must have took that arrow and done that with it and went right over his back. Plus he ducked a little bit, so I was already shooting out. I already shot a little high. I knew I did when I let go. He was standing right there. And that's what I had to shoot through. That right there. He was right there, and I had a little hole. I made it through, but I caught some moss. My arrow was in the dirt way over here. And it should have landed right here. And I found it way over here somewhere. And I physically couldn't shoot there from that because of that tree limb. So we'll see what happens. I've got a muzzleloader pulled in here. And there's bigger bucks, so I decided to go ahead and put a camera here on this little scrape. So I know those bucks are right here, close by, in this area. So let me clean this stuff up. I feel like getting 500 pictures of wind blowing grass around, but when they put it there, this scrape was active last year, but it's just a small scrape. It's small bucks, but there's going to be larger bucks passing through here. I've got all these large bucks within 100 yards of the spot anyway. So I'm going to leave this camera right here. I'll check it. I'll check it in a week or two. It's close enough to the road I can check it in the afternoon. It's no big deal. But what I've got is a trail. This is it's a parallel trail to the funnel on this area, to a funnel in this area. And it just runs east to west. Down here, it's not far from the road. Nobody's in here. It's probably pretty active. Said that buck come from back there. Out of that, I'm gonna go check that out here in a minute. And he walked here. I don't know if he was coming around or he was going out yonder towards the bed, other bed. So, because I'd moved that camera. I'd moved that bed camera. And I think I screwed some stuff up. I didn't screw nothing up, but I moved it. And what I did do is I was only catching, put it on a different trail, like 10 yards away, facing 90 degrees from where it was. And what happened was I was getting activity every day, every night. There's not so much activity, it ran batteries down. But I was only getting a doe and a yearling. A couple of the bucks had come through. The buck laid down in front of the camera. The doe laid down in front of the camera in the same spot. But I don't know if this buck, the little 9 or little 6, was still using that camera or that spot because I moved it to a different side. There's two sides, and it's a camera. You only see what's in front of it, so he could have been walking in behind it and never getting in front of the camera. So that's something I wondered about after I made that shot. But I'm gonna go over here to the bed. I gotta put batteries in this camera. It's been out since August, September, and it's been so active. This is my cell camera. You've seen the videos before I put the cell camera out, and I added a couple of pretty sure I added some pictures from the cell camera into one or two of my last videos. But man, this stuff's crunchy. Let me get out here and maybe I won't bust anything out of here. And let's change the camera, change the batteries, and see what we got. I'm here in the bed. Here's my original camera spot. I had it right here. It's crunchy getting in here. I'm not sure, but I think I had something walk out. It could have been the wind, but I'm pretty sure I had something walk out that way. I moved the camera over here. I had a lot of deer. had a lot of bucks walking right here and going out the trail. I was catching them here, but I was trying to see where they were coming from. So I come over here. And there's another trail right here. There's another one. I get a lot of does and yearlings, and well, some of the bucks too, just the other side of that palmetto. I don't know what they're trying to do here. Well, here's my camera. I don't know what they're trying to do here, but I had a doe bed up right there for an hour and a half. And then I had the big 9. They keep getting on camera. He come in one night and he laid down. The camera kind of stopped. And he got up like 15 minutes later. He laid down right there. That may be an active bed. But does, I mean, I was getting the does every day and the bucks every now. Everything's changed since the first week of October. We had the big change. The bucks started separating. But I've got to put batteries in this camera, and I might put an SD card camera back on the original tree. All right. The cell camera has got batteries. You can't see it from here, but it's right behind that palmetto. I put the SD card camera back up on the original trail. This one and the one on the scrape I just put out are close enough I can come here in the afternoon, stay till dark, check them. They're close to the parking lot. I am seeing more activity on my entrance trail in here. I don't know if it's hogs, deer, could have been the does. Alright, off to the next spot. I pulled all my cameras when I was in there hunting, except for one. I think I left one out. I don't think I pulled it. I have to try to remember, but I'm pretty sure I pulled all but one. So we're gonna go check it and put some in some new spots. It might be a long video and there won't be much on it unless I have something on that other camera. But we'll see what we can do. finally seen me. Shot that sow a couple times. Pigs. Little baby pigs. We got down here. It's a good deer track right there. It's not a bad track. Big heavy doe. Not a hog root. I didn't take video. I just kind of rode, decided I was going to go to a spot I hadn't been before. Found a little pocket of hammock down here next to the swamp. I would assume that deer went through here and walked down that trail where she was feeding. Somewhere. There's a lot of hickory nuts. Squirrel was cutting on that a little bit. I've seen that this time of year. All the signs I see kind of, well, that might be a deer track. Most of it kind of looks like hogs. The deer could be coming in here and picking nuts too. There's a couple of these little, nope, that's a water oak. There you go. This old hickory broke off, and then the one I was standing under, and then this big one right here. You put a saddle in or a hang on that one, you'd be a little too close. You'd have to probably cross it. No, there's a north wind. This way, this direction south, somewhere right here. You'd have to go up there, cross your hunting area, but I might put the cell camera in here so that I could watch it and know if I need to come get it. It's still not that far away from the road. Too much trash there. I could put it on here, face it. Wish I had a tree right behind me. Here, but they kind of peter out right here. There's a trail right there. Trail over there. Trail over here. So you need to either be facing all three of them or back up between all three of them. I got a feeling people might come in here though. So, I don't know. Let me find a spot. I went ahead and put it right here. I tried to put it up here, which anybody can still get to, but I couldn't get it to angle down right. I wasn't going to climb up and down with sticks. I just wanted to put it there. It's kind of facing there. If a buck goes to the other side of them palmettos, which they can, to hit that trail over here, or get this trail here, and I should get their backs from behind or ahead if they come down this trail. But it's close enough I can move it if I want to. This thing keeps snaking around. There's a clearing back there along this swamp bottom, and right down there is where I got the hog. I seen the hog just right there around the corner. Now I'm gonna get out of here and see what else I can find. I got a couple more cameras to put out, a couple more to put out, and it'd be nice if I could find a way. There's a lot of tracks right here too, coming in from the backside. Most of it's probably hogs. It seemed like a hog trail I was walking in on, but we'll see. We'll see what happens up there, and go from there. back in the scrub. I think I left this camera here. I don't remember. Pretty sure I left this one. If not, then I didn't leave any of them. I'm pretty sure I checked it, but I thought I left it. Come up behind it like I've been doing. Yep, I did leave it. Okay. Good. There's all kinds of sign right here. They're back to using this trail. At the scrub camera. There's some fresh sign there. That trail's being used. I don't know if it's hogs or deer. If you remember last year, this is where I got the little spike. Made a scrape right there. Said it was the same weekend last year that I put that camera here. Get my seat out. Alright, I'm gonna check this camera. I forgot. I know there's gonna be a bunch of this crap in there. I forgot to knock this down. When I was here, I didn't even see it when I checked it last time. The last video, I got all kinds of this. Lots of wind pictures. Now that bush right there blows in the wind. That palmetto blows in the wind. I get all kinds of that crap too. But this one really, that got me this last time. So I'm gonna have a lot of those videos to go through. But there's stuff using this. Let me check this. Outside, if I want to keep it here or not, move it, put a different camera here or whatever. Alright. So that was a bust. I pulled the card on this thing when I was in here archery hunting. It's been a couple of weeks ago. I put a new card in there. Evidently, I think the batteries went dead. I tried to test it out. I tried to turn it on. It wouldn't even come on. So evidently the batteries that went dead. I changed the card archery season, and I didn't check to see if the screen said anything. I just changed the card, put it back together. So it's been sitting here for, God, 3 weeks with no batteries. I got no videos, nothing. So I switched it out for one of these cameras that was here originally. This type camera, and it got all the original videos from the original scrub videos. I like these cameras. They're pretty good. I think they could come on a little faster. I got those on sale, and I got these on sale from Wild Game. Those are a stealth cam. They're easy to use, especially if you use a strap. You don't have to take them down. The bottom pulls out. These are Wild Game Innovations. I bought them on sale, like a 4-pack for cheap. They work good. Every now and then you get one video on an SD card that wants to screwed up, but they're starting to wear down a little bit. This is the second season I've run them, and like I said, they're just cheap cameras. But this one will put time and date on the video, on a video. This one won't put time and date on a video, but it will picture. That's the only thing I don't like about those cameras. So I'm gonna leave it here for a couple weeks. I think we have about a month before I can hunt back in here again. This is a content camera, but there's a bedding area right over yonder, about 100 yards, 120 yards, maybe 130 yards away. And last year, that's where those little bucks, you know, a couple of them are legal, but those little bucks were bedded right there. But this scrub area, this is because behind me is the rut funnel where the other camera was at. When me and Elliot moved it from there to here. I'm gonna go check that scrape, see if anything's hitting that scrape, because they should start hitting. Like I said, this is the same weekend I put cameras out the first time last year, and I immediately got scrape action, and there was no scrapes there before. It's like, you know, remember that little buck put that scrape there, and then that 8-point with the broken tine come in here and was hitting, and that there's a little 6-point, the little 8-point, and all that were hitting that. They were coming out of that bedding area over yonder, and they'd be here by 8:30 every morning, 8 o'clock. You know, you could tell. Like I said, it doesn't have time and date on it, but on the videos, but you could tell it was early morning, and they were immediately leaving that bed, and they were coming in here hitting the scrape and then filtering up through here. There's tracks everywhere. A lot of these are kind of old. I used to walk in this way last year, but this tree, finally the top fell out. So I'm walking in the same trail, but I'm coming in here, so I'm not walking out in the sand where the deer are at. But see the scrape trail, and they go that way and that way towards that bedding area, and it's being used. That's pretty fresh. That's been the last 2 days. Wow, this is getting kind of old. All right, so I'm gonna go to the other trail and the other camera. Well, I don't have a camera there, but I'm gonna look at it. I'd love to get some action on that big scrape if it's opened up. There's plenty of traffic right here. Plenty of traffic going in here. That scrape camera is directly behind me. Traffic going that way. There's traffic going this way. The camera I had on that trail last year was right there, and then deer were coming this way, crossing the trail. That's about to get opened up. I may take a stick and open it up myself. They're walking over it, and there's a lot of tracks going down in there towards the camera I had in the hole. See, I should have just left that one there longer. That'd have been awesome. I wonder if I can make a mock scrape right here. You can't hunt it. The wind's completely wrong. There's no trees. You might can ground blind on it. But the deer don't hit them during the day, so look at the tracks. I don't know if this is deer hogs, but look at the tracks. Right here, and my camera was right there. Goodness gracious. Yeah, they're going out and they're hitting that trail. This rut funnel. These bucks, I bet you the bucks are already starting in here. They come this way and they go that way. They funnel out through that clearing. There's a trail, an old fire lane that runs through that, not fire lane, but like a fire ditch. It's old. Runs out through that clearing that runs through a funnel, a wooded funnel right there. They can make the circle and then go all the way back around. This is crazy. Just what a couple weeks does to the sign. There's no way to get in here. There's no back door to get in here. You have to come in from this way. I've tried it. Me and Elliot's come in there twice. This is still about the best tree. I'm gonna put the camera here. I'm gonna try to face it. I might have to knock that branch down right there. It's dead anyway. Well, there's a little bit of live on there, but it's kind of dead. I could take this moss down. maybe face it. Well, I've been facing it that way. That might still work because I can still see that scrape right there. It's amazing what a couple of weeks does. We're in between hunting seasons and there's not a lot of pressure. Let me set this up. Alright, this one's back in place. I put it a little lower. It's right up there. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I'll be back in to check it. It's facing the edge of the camera. Faces the old scrape. I went and opened it back up. I want to see how that works. All these deer coming by, somebody's going to start pissing in that though. I got one more place. I got one more place I want to try. I was hunting, I kind of dove in there, just look and check it out. Then, if I can see some bucks there, I can kind of figure out where to backtrack them from. And that's the same with these cameras. The bucks will come in at night. I know which direction they came from and which direction they're going. A lot of times I get them coming to and then coming back. So that one in particular, I kind of want time of day. On that camera, I should be getting some bigger bucks. Should be moving in. Should be some new bucks I haven't seen before. Should be a couple of those young bucks that I've been getting. Should be on there. If they're coming this far, going about a half a mile, 3/4 mile, but it's all a funnel through the middle. People don't know it, but there's a funnel through the middle of this place. You can't tell from the. It took me a long time to realize it, but alright, well anyway, I quit rambling. I'm gonna run around. I've got to make a big circle. You get on the back side of everything. Brought my bike today and go to that funnel and see if I can backtrack bucks that I see here. I can backtrack them through there, and then I know I can figure out where they're coming from, in this direction or that direction. But I got to go all the way around to get there. So I've got a deer trail here. I'm right off the side of the road. There's a funnel runs through here. This is thick woods back here. And hell, the road's just up there, 50, 60 yards. But there's a tight funnel. The trail split about 2 ways right here. And there's a guy in there about 100 yards that has a stand. I don't plan on hunting right here, but I want to backtrack my deer, some of the deer bucks that if I get them on camera, scrub camera, and the other camera, I can backtrack them through here. Because I wouldn't want to hunt here if he's right there. But I know he's there. I can work around him. These trails funnel down right here. Mainly this one. I don't want to walk on that one. I walked on it going that direction. There's another trail here. Around back here and get back to that tightest part of that trail. Back in here, or maybe nobody can find my camera. Maybe it won't tick him off too much if he finds it. There's a trail. Got my trail. That might be it right there. I might have to follow it. I don't worry about it here too bad. Get pretty tight right there. Kind of peters out a little bit. Maybe there's another tight funnel in here somewhere. Yeah, let's see. There we go. It's fresher because it come back together. It's completely come back together. I want to say that's deer. That's not just hogs. There's a lot of hogs on here. It's not fresh enough. It's not really fresh enough for me to really check. That looks deer track right there. This is deer. That's a deer track right there. That's a pretty good one. I don't know if I should go back there to that one trail, or I would assume there's a good chance a buck is going to run this edge through here at night, at least looking for does, on his way to look for does. I just can't tell in these tracks if they're hogs or deer for sure. I saw some for sure deer tracks up there. I know most of these are hog tracks. A trail. Big trail right here. It goes that way, that way. Spurs off of there. One comes through here. I think I only have one camera left. If I were to put it right here, I could get anything that crosses within 10 yards. There's not much behind me. Or behind this tree anyway. Let me come back up here. Not exactly a huge funnel right there. There's that. And there's another trail behind. This may actually be more of the deer trail. Like I said, get up here on the sand. And the white sand starts. This may be more of the deer trail. And they run together up there. And it just winds in through here. Right next to the road. That's how it happens sometimes. Not sure. Not sure. I think. Just got a tree right there. Where they go. There's just tracks everywhere. Yeah, it rained in a while either, so. If I stuck one right here, I don't think anybody see that from the road. There's enough cameras near the road anyway. Nobody gonna see that, I don't think. If it goes that way, let these deer and stuff go here. Anything, I'll face it this way. So anything comes across there, it's gonna get it too. Maybe there's not enough stuff in here. Just keep rolling through my SD card. Just running videos after videos after videos. There's stuff walking here, crisscrossing the two. So maybe if I do that, it'll show these two trails coming together. Let me look at that and see what it looks like. All right, let's try that. Got that one set up. Way back here, you can hardly see it. You can tell there's something there. If you use them black strings, that's a tip. You use a black or gray string instead of them straps. Man, it blends in so much better. Somebody will still see it, but it's not like a, you can see them straps a long ways away. I got that trail right by the camera right there. You know, the other one's coming from down there. They're coming through here, they're coming through here, they're coming through here, and going back and forth. I've got it kind of facing here, so I should get some stuff back here. Maybe wants to go that way, but I think a lot of them are coming through here. We just have to see. I'm gonna walk out this way. See if I can find it. Like an entry trail. It doesn't involve me walking down the trail. Again, just come check this camera. And there's a trail right here too. But alright, we'll see. Appreciate it, everybody. We'll catch you in the next time. Catch you next time when I come check these. Florida Outdoors with Brian.